Look at me getting fancy again. And then I'll forget to do it in, like... Well, not subsequent videos, but... in subsequent games, I guess. Figured I'd do something with that, like, fucking black bar. The black bars on the side.
Yeah, that's... Yeah, might as well put something there. Just fill space, if nothing else.
Well, it's still called letterboxing if it's that way.
Yeah, it's like vertical letterboxing.
Super happy fun time, yeah.
Hooray! Code Veronica.
Ugh.
The real Resident Evil 3, kind of.
Well, it came out after Resident Evil 3, so it's more like the actual Resident Evil 4.
Well, it was originally going to be Resident Evil 3, and then things happened.
And Capcom was like, nah.
We've been over this before, but the gist of the story is they didn't want a main numbered series on a different platform.
Yet.
So they turned Jill's side story into Resident Evil 3 on the PlayStation, and they put Resident Evil 3, that was supposed to be Resident Evil 3 on the Dreamcast, and just called it something else.
And then they released Resident Evil 2 and 3 on the Dreamcast anyway.
So really, what was the point? It was Capcom being Capcom.
I also really love how Resident Evil games like to highlight that Leon's middle name starts with S.
Yes. Mr. Scott.
Like, they really obsessed with it for no particular reason whatsoever.
3 months later.
Probably the character designer, just like, I gave him a middle name, and I'm never gonna let you guys forget it.
Well, at least we can't blame,
Your identification number is WKD4496. Welcome to your new home.
Fuck,
In your dreams.
what
Her name
the
is
hell's
Claire
her
Redfield.
voice actor's name?
Allison Court.
Right, Allison Court. We can't blame Allison Court for the Leon S. Kennedy thing.
Looking for her lost brother, Chris Redfield, one of the surviving members of our
I wonder who Leon's character designer was. Probably pretty happy about with how popular he is.
Yeah, he is pretty popular. Especially post Resident Evil 4.
Wait, what was with that laser noise?
Don't ask me, man. I'm not a Foley artist. If I was, I probably wouldn't have put the laser noise in there.
Like, man, Jin, you hit our guys?
My bad. My bad? Really? That's the bet. Okay, you call their families and you tell them what happened. Because I sure as hell am not going to do it.
There's probably a template in for an Umbrella's HR department for that.
Eh. And then Claire was fucked.
Dear family of the deceased, we regret to inform you that you're... It's like it's occasionally somebody forgets to fill it out and just... You know what? I don't get this scene. You would have to be particularly quick to do that, I think.
Yeah, they're making Claire look more badass than she really is. For whatever reason.
Like, I mean, you could probably do that if you tried.
Don't move.
And then he shoots her. He's like, well, your hair is moving, and that is part of you. Girl, get that shit under control. But yeah, there's probably a template for notifying families that their person, particularly loved one, has died.
Yeah, I mean, it's Umbrella. They really... There's probably just like a rubber stamp version of the fucking thing somewhere.
I assume after Resident Evil 2 and 3 and Umbrella is going down the tubes, they didn't even bother writing the person's name anymore. So it's just like, we regret to inform you that insert name here has perished.
Insert name of loved one here.
And then Claire went to jail. Bad character jail.
Now, I will say, I actually like Claire in Revelations 2. Like, I think that they did a good job of...
Weird close-up of Claire's lips for some reason.
Yeah, for some fucking reason.
Somebody's fetish.
Anyway, Claire grew up for Resident Evil Revelations 2. I think they did a good job of portraying that. If I were equipped with this lighter, that they did... Wait a minute. They didn't take my lighter or my infinite ammo rocket launcher.
Like she knew somebody was clearly there. What did I need the lighter for? Rodrigo sure didn't have issue, like, stumbling in here in the dark. What's Claire's excuse?
Yeah, really...
Perfect. Go on. Get out of here. This place is finished.
Sounds like Wesker's voice actor.
Might have been a
I believe Richard Wag?
But in any case, this
Wag?
place has been taken.
Wang?
Troops have been wiped.
At the time, anyway.
You're free to leave the complex. But you may as well know you have no chance of getting off this island.
So, make your time.
And what about you? What are you going to do?
I'm sitting
Don't
here...
worry about me.
I was thinking about sitting here bleeding out. Claire's like, fine, I won't. But yes, they do give you the infinite rocket launcher on New Game Plus, just because.
Well, it's not like we were ever going to play this game legitimately, right?
Well, this is my least favorite Resident Evil game, so definitely not.
It's really long, and the story is just like, what the fuck? And Steve Burnside, is it?
Steve is there.
Steve is there.
And then I forgot to grab the knife, because, you know, I don't actually need it, but I want it. That's the difference.
On the other hand, I've read that the combat knife in this game is actually really decent.
Pretty broken.
It's like, it's the only Resident Evil game in which fighting just with the knife is kind of viable.
Incredible.
It's actually a good fallback instead of just a desperate last resort. You've taken the handgun bullets.
I'll save my progress with the bullets.
Yes, who needs ink ribbons? Shoot the typewriter!
And who needs a lighter?
That you might kind of need? I don't know.
It can't be that dark. I mean, Rodrigo just literally stumbled in there, no light whatsoever. More or less looking at his feet the whole time.
I guess. His eyes had clearly adjusted to the darkness. But then Claire's should have as well, and then it's right back to, well...
Well, it's kind of weird, because, like, he couldn't have been down there that long. It's not that far.
Oh no, she did just wake up. They knocked her the hell out. And then she woke up and the zombie apocalypse happened sometime in the interim.
Actually, I think it happened, like, right when she got up. Yeah, for some reason, the emulator does not like particle effects, I guess.
It's pretty CPU intensive, I would imagine.
It drops down to, like, 50 FPS, well, sometimes even 40 FPS. But I think for this it was about 50.
At least it's running at all. I'm really surprised that not only does this game emulate so well, that your PC actually handles it reasonably good.
Oh, I think my PC's pretty beefy. At least beefy enough to handle emulation.
Yeah, it's just usually it's such a finicky pain in the ass that it doesn't want to run anything.
I also like how they're still using the Resident Evil 2 zombie sound effects.
Yeah, it's like, you know, reuse as many assets as possible, as always, and as Capcom we're talking about here.
I was going to try to dodge the zombie, but no.
No zombie dodge for you.
I like how literally every guide I've ever read for this game says, just dodge the zombies. It's like, okay,
Sure.
I'll get right on that. I wouldn't do jack shit until the shooting stopped, but hey, that's me.
The shooting stopped.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't even reach for the gun until then.
Wait, don't shoot.
Who are you?
I'm a douchebag.
You're not a zombie.
Girl!
Wait right there. I'm coming over.
I would be like, you come to me. I'm where the gun is.
Sorry about that little misunderstanding, but I thought you were another one of those monsters.
Shut up. Make one wrong move.
I can hear this guy's Canadian accent.
Relax, beautiful.
The weird thing is,
My name's
nobody seems to remember that zombies
I
can't
was a
use
prisoner on
doors.
this island. And I'm guessing you're not from Umbrella either.
Like,
No.
especially ones with
Red.
handles.
Blair Red.
Or rather, doorknobs.
Where?
I don't know, I seem to remember them being able to get doors open somehow in a few games.
Usually just by banging on them until they open.
Yeah.
There's an airport around here.
Like, if it was a handle, a door with a handle, I could understand it.
Crazy island.
But not a doorknob.
Hey, wait up.
Yeah.
Or something that requires actual latching.
I don't want you following me, lady. You'll only slow me down.
Literally, the emulator probably could not handle us both being together.
Probably not, no. Well, we got a handgun that we didn't really need.
Scam likely. Nice. I like how my phone just deliberately tells me that.
Well, okay.
That's neat.
That is kind of neat.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna ignore that then.
Yeah.
I'll look up what that number was later.
The door's locked. There's a hawk carved into it. I bet there's a hawk-shaped key that goes into this hawk-shaped lock.
Most likely.
God, what is it with the umbrella and these intricate fucking puzzle locks?
I think the real question is, what's with Umbrella and these weirdly designed locations that, like, logistically, how would you really transport prisoners in mass?
Yeah.
There's not really much room for, you know, like a Jeep or anything, or a paddy wagon, or...
Nobody ever accused this series of making sense.
It's true. Anyway, next time on Radical Bromance,
More.
door!